technically afternoon. Y'all, it took me forever to get everything set up. So I'm live on TikTok and I'm live on YouTube, IG, all the things, I think. Yes, Facebook. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a lot to talk about today, and we're going to start slightly heavy, but then we're going to get better. How about that? We're going to get better. If you guys could do me a favor and share the screen, and I apologize if it sounds like I'm in an echo, but I'm in a office space, so it's going to have a little sound. So I apologize for that. Hello, Mama V. Welcome. Hello, 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 hello. We are getting the party started. Go ahead, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button when you come in. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. I don't know why TikTok is tripping right now. TikTok, let me tell you what, me and TikTok have all sorts of issues. Let me see if I can take this off. I might do better just taking off my internet. Hello, hello. Okay, I think this is much better. Hi, Chronic. How are you? I hope everyone is doing well today. If you're on IG, I will tell you that I do cut the streams short because it's just IG only allows for a certain amount of time. So if you are on IG currently, I would highly suggest you also go look me up on YouTube or Facebook. That works as well. Or TikTok. I'm actually live on TikTok too. Hello. Hey, Venus. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Tawana, good morning. All right, we're good. We're on TikTok now. Praise God. Because I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? How are you guys feeling today? Everyone feeling good? You feeling rested? I feel good. I feel like today's a good day. Today's a good day. We're making progress. Yes, y'all. Do y'all know this? This is why I need sound effects. Because yes, I am finally at 8K. What a beautiful thing. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, y'all. I have worked hard. YouTube is not easy. Just for those that are interested, the amount of consistency that you have to have on YouTube is not a game. And if you're serious about it, you got to get the people what they want. You got to get the people what they want. If you want to build an audience on YouTube, you can't fall off like you fall off on any other platform like Facebook or IG. You just can't do it. You have to be in it to win it. Okay. So yes, finally at 8K. And can I just say thank you to my YouTube community? Because honestly, the community that I'm building on YouTube, when I tell y'all are loyal.com, and I appreciate just, the support. It's been amazing. Hello, Dr. Michael. Welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone on TikTok. So yeah, if you're not following me on TikTok, it's I'm Simply Winter. You guys know that I have largely departed IG. No shade, IG. I know I'm live on there right now, but I just don't like IG like that anymore. And it's like people watching. It's like a digital form of people watching, right? And I could do without that. TikTok, YouTube, it's more conversation. That's what I loved about Twitter. Now Threads has my devotion. I'm about 12.6 thousand strong on Threads. Um, but I've just found that Threads is a lot more enjoyable than Twitter was. So I spend a lot of my time on Threads. But the three most common platforms I'm on are Threads, YouTube, and TikTok. And I love them. Every now and then I'll sprinkle in a little LinkedIn because got to keep your business professional brand on point. But I love it. YouTube is fun. YouTube is fun. I love it. Yeah, I'm weirdly growing very fast on Threads, but I talk a lot on Threads too. So Threads, if you're a person that likes to have conversation, Threads is the business. And I like to talk. I'm a chatty patty. So I love Threads. I just sit there and have conversations all day and I just put what's on my mind. So if you want to hear my open-ended thoughts throughout the day, then follow me on Threads. Hey, Linda, shout out to our mods on today. You said I'm taking a social media break. Hey, Deja, I'm taking a social media break. Linda, we appreciate you being here. You guys make sure you show our mods some love. All right, we're going to get into, let me just give y'all, this is a trigger warning for anyone that's dealt with sexual assault of any kind. If I just want to be respectful, I'm not going to get into the dirty details, but what I'm about to discuss is very important. So I'm giving a trigger warning. But before I get into it, I want to show you guys a video because I promised on YouTube that I would show a little bit more behind the scenes of my life, and I feel like I'm able to do that now, being on TikTok and YouTube, versus it's not so much like that on Instagram. I just get Instagram is stuffy. I just don't love it anymore. All that to say, I'm going to show you guys a video only because my son, my youngest son, is about to turn 17, and he'll be 17 in 2 weeks. So I was cleaning out my I was, organizing my drive, cleaning out some of my junk, and came across this video of my son. And I'm going to share it with you guys because it's so cute. Um, in this video, he's about 4 years old in this video. He's 4 years old. And we were outside just playing outside. And he was catching fireflies. So I'm going to share it with y'all because it's super cute. And because he's getting ready to turn 17, I got to share this video with him. So for those of you on TikTok TikTok, you won't be able to see it. You'll have to go to YouTube to see it, but it's super cute. So I'm going to share it with you guys right now. So hopefully you guys can see it and hear it.
Okay. Eric has a firefly. Eric, I think you killed yours.
Okay.
Eric has a firefly. Eric, I think you killed yours. Aw, you killed it.
No, it's still alive.
No, I don't think so, Eric.
I'm going to get another one.
Gracie, are you playing tennis? Huh?
So those are my two littles, y'all. He was catching fireflies and killed his. He killed his firefly. And it was so funny because he was like, I'm going to go get another one. And then that's my baby girl who just turned 14. And she was about 2 years old at the time. Anyway, those are my babies. Those are my babies. But I'm sharing that because as a mom, I anyone who knows me knows that I love my kids. I'm so serious. I remember that Sherelle used to talk about it all the time. She was like, I don't think I've met anybody that loves their kids. Like this lady loves her kids. And I do. I love being a mom. It's one of my greatest joys. And I actually grew up not really wanting kids. I used to say I didn't want any, I just wanted to be a businesswoman. And then to coincidentally end up with 4 kids, things have drastically changed. Um, and so I share that because I don't know if you guys follow the trophy wife. Her name is called I think Isis, but she goes by the new trophy wife on TikTok, and I think she goes by the new trophy wife on YouTube. But basically, her channel was built on teaching women how to attract high value provider men that can essentially take care of you. And she built her entire brand on being a trophy wife. And she had found her husband who moved her in, took care of her, gave her this lavish lifestyle. And she has a number of kids. I don't know how many, but I know she has at least 3. She has 2 younger girls, ages 2 and 4. And she recently dropped a video, a bombshell of a video, about how she learned that her her husband, who made her a trophy wife, had been inappropriately touching her kids, her daughters. And y'all, I couldn't even finish the video because it actually has made me sick to my stomach. As a mom, first of all, Isis, we're sending you a lot of love, a lot of prayers, a lot of support, virtual support. People are dragging her in the comments as if she already, as a mom, probably doesn't feel low enough because she trusted this man. She herself had experienced the same type of abuse when she was younger. So I'm sure she is feeling re-traumatized based off of her own trauma. But to experience this level of betrayal with someone that she trusted, I'm gonna tell you now, as a mom, I'm going to jail. That's how I feel about my kids. I'm not even at the place where I could be doing some live discussing it. I'm doing 30 to life off top. When it comes to my kids, I can't, her babies are 2 and 4. I would be in jail. I'm so serious. My kids will tell you, I love my kids fiercely. But I'm going to jail if someone hurts them in any way. And so to hear her detail how she found out and how her daughter told her, I want to give her props for believing her daughter, because so many parents do not believe their children when they come forward about things like this. But as a mom, my heart goes out to her because I can't even fathom. Like, I don't have a rational response to the discovery of something like that. And I wanted to talk about it because, as someone who has been in a situation where marrying for comfort, y'all, is all fun and games. But I think the challenge with a lot of these platforms teaching women to marry for comfort is that they totally miss the discernment part. And I feel that way even with some of the church conditioning of, oh, marry a godly man. We don't, when you're rushing, because a lot of times in the church world, we teach people to rush. Oh, it don't take people that long to know if they want to be with you. But you don't know these people. You don't know these people, and you don't know them well enough to move forward quickly. So we need to teach people to take their time and really vet and see whether or not people are really who they claim to be. And it seems like, unfortunately, in this situation, she prioritized her comfort over really vetting who this man was. But I'm going to be honest, I'm going to give her some slack because You can't always know everything there is to know about a person, and people do lie. But I think being kind of snowed and wooed by the things that this person had to offer probably blinded her to another shortcoming that he had. Chronic, I so agree. Teach children to tell under any and every circumstance. And Indigo, that's a great point. How do you trust again after someone has betrayed you in that manner? I'm telling you now, it was really difficult after knowing that someone could be deceptive and such a liar. But I do realize that time that you give to get to know someone is so important. And I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. I think this is why I'm so triggered by the Ken and Trish situation on Love and Marriage Huntsville, because you just moving someone in your house with your children, y'all, you can't be doing that haphazardly. And I'm not saying that this man is an abuser. That's not my thing. But I think when you go to move in with someone and you have children, that is something that needs to be taken very seriously. You yourself need to have a lot of information under your belt, a lot of time spent, a lot of discernment discerned before you move someone in the house with your children. Because, like this lady was detailing, y'all, this was happening when she was asleep. You can't protect your kids when you're sleeping. She's going to bed, right? She's going to bed, and literally, this is happening. You never really know someone. So I think for me, that's what bothers me so bad about it. Because I'm like, just be careful moving people in. Give it some time. I'm not out of line, Tisha. And it's not the Tisha y'all think. I am very big on, it's a very serious thing when you move someone in your house. It's a very serious thing when you move someone in your house with your kids. You cannot take that lightly at all. It's not something to play with. And I think for me, it's one of those things where I think that's what bothers me about the Mia and Gordon situation. Again, you guys are bringing innocent children into situations that honestly, you don't even know half the time. And I don't like playing with situations when kids are involved. I don't. I don't like playing with the situations when, y'all, these are people's real lives and it's all fun and games. It's for entertainment, whatever, but it's still people's real lives. And I think for me, here in this situation, because it's all fun and games until it's not. I'm an advocate for doing background checks. You know what? I would feel better if we're being presented with these situations and the women are like, don't you worry. I did a background check. I did this. I did that. I'm positive that this person is good. I'm going to be honest. Much as I love my man, I did a background check on him. I'm so serious. He did one on me. I did one on him. I don't care. I feel no kind of way. And I think it's important to do a background check on whoever you see, because when they come around your kids, that's a different ball game. I don't have any sort of filter when it comes to someone putting my kids in danger. And I think honestly, we don't take enough seriously, in my opinion. We don't take enough seriously. We always want to look at the what ifs or what is. People can be one way with us And they could be a totally different way outside of us. We can honestly be blinded when we love someone and not see the negatives. Y'all, I've been there. Trust me. And it's not always what it's cracked up to be. And I think, too, that's another issue I have with these movements to teach women to nab men because of what they have. Teach women to nab men because he's a good character, good quality, character-filled man, right? Teach women to really get to know a man for who he is, not just for what he can provide. Hey, Miss Ann, I don't like it. Because in the midst of just getting to the bag with some of these men, you're missing whether or not they're abusive, whether or not they're controlling, whether or not they have weird quirks, whether or not they're predators, whether or not you got to worry about getting knocked upside your head, whether or not they have anger issues. I'm telling you now, I literally dated someone I knew by the way he handled the situation. I said, oh no, we can't be together. We can't be together. He had anger problems. And my thing is, all it takes is one instance, right? Where your anger goes left. And what if my kids are the recipient of your anger? What if I'm the recipient of your anger? This man literally had no control over his anger. He had to sit and physically calm himself down. And my thing is, if you have to sit and physically calm yourself down, what is the outcome of that? Like, what is what's on the other side of that? Like, if you can't calm yourself down, what's the alternative? And y'all, when kids are involved, nothing is too much. No, a background check is not that expensive. You have to pay for a background check to go to work sometimes. Why not do it for the safety of your kids? And I'm not saying sometimes people ain't got caught, right? We don't know what people are and aren't capable of. But I think when we're presented with situations, and I'm just correlating this with reality TV, but I think when we're presented with situations that involve kids, you cannot blame the audience for having a lot of questions about it. You can't. You can't blame the audience for having a side eye. You have to know that when children are involved, we're going to have a lot of questions. Did you take your time? What was the reason for this move? Like, did you do your due diligence? Because I think sometimes we focus on the drama, but the real life of it is, I don't think that was the best move. I don't think that was the best choice, right? And chronic, I agree. Most abusers are very good at faking it until they do have full control. But there are also subtle, I feel like there are subtle signs. They may not be blatant, but there are subtle signs that an abuser is trying to insert themselves. And let's be clear, women can be abusers too. They can be abusers too, trust me. So women are crazy. There are some crazy women out here. Let's be clear. There are women who will smile in your face and cut you behind closed doors. It's the truth. But like I said, I had to address it because I think so often we don't understand why we're triggered in certain situations until we hear stories like this. And when you hear stories like this, it's like, listen, we can't be playing with this. This is a lot more serious than we want to give it credit for. When we talk about children, it's a different ball game. And I don't play with it at all. And I'm sure if you interviewed this man or talked to this man, he would be like, well, I love them and I'm there for them and I take care of them, and can't be too sure. Your kids deserve to be put first. That's all I'm saying. And for any ladies that have children, take your time. Take your time. I'm so serious. Take your time. Put a camera in your kids' room. Ain't nothing wrong with putting a camera in there that can cut on at night, making sure ain't nothing happening. I'm so serious. Put a ringer on the door. Something. I'm not an advocate of just having men sleep over your house. No way with your kids. But I'm not here to judge, and I understand grown people will be grown, and at some point you will get to, maybe someone staying over. I don't know. But you said I have never allowed my children to have sleepovers when they were younger. I always had fear because I needed to check on them during the night. That part, I get very nervous. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I'll go to jail. I'll go to jail. I absolutely would go to jail. I'm not kidding. I will go to jail. It's not even a question. I will go to jail. Yeah, chronic. I'm trying not to be that stickler about it because I understand as you get to know a person that changes. But it's just a challenging thing. Hey, Teresa. I think it's just so many men that haven't met my kids. It just don't even make, they probably like, I never met her kids. There's a lot of men that's never met my kids, and we dated. My daughter honestly asked me, did I date? They didn't think I dated, but it wasn't that I didn't date. It was just, there's no need for y'all to introduce them unless it's absolutely necessary. They've only met men that I called a boyfriend. If the dude never made it to boyfriend status, you weren't meeting my kids. And quite frankly, I'm going to be honest, the rapper would have never met them either. But for the sake of what we were doing, I made an exception. He's the only person. And then even still, I feel like that was a waste of time because I don't even think we dated for that much longer after that. I broke up with him shortly thereafter. So you don't need to meet my kids. I tell people it's a privilege to meet my kids. True story. It's a privilege. And I can count on one hand how many have actually met him. And I'm so serious. It's a privilege to meet my kids. My house is peaceful too. I don't like a bunch of drama in my house. Hold on, let me see what you guys are saying, and we'll move on to the next topic. You said, well, I never let my kids sleep over anyone's house. Oh, yeah. My parents didn't let us sleep over people's house either. That wasn't something I could do. Yeah. They were very strict about that. Very strict about that. And I do think you have to be. I mean, and let me just tell you too, I think for me, it's why I'm so leery, because this this is slightly triggering only because I'm very leery about bragging on these men, because no sooner than you brag on some of these men, they make a fool out of you. So I tell women, be very leery coming on here bragging about these men. I'm telling you, I did that mess with the old man, and I had to eat every cotton picking word. And a part of her, I commend her bravery for not hiding and coming clean, because she was on there bragging about all this stuff. that he did for her and how amazing he was. And now here we are. And I just tell women, you know what? Do y'all know it's so much I don't share? It's so much I don't share. So much. Because I did that. Sharing every single thing and every petal on the flower I was sharing. And then push came to shove. So I'm sure she has a level of embarrassment as well, that you bragged about this person and here we are with the foolery. So, again, word to the wise, just keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Everything is not meant for public consumption. Y'all know I sparingly shoot. I'm serious. I do it long enough so people know I'm not single. Not that it's anybody's business, but some of these ninjas like to slip in the DMs, and I just have to pop out and show them I'm not single. Leave me alone. Yes, come on now, Sharonda. You do got to be careful about who you allow in your space. Yeah, and as a parent, you try to protect them as much as possible. But I think for me, you just never know. And, thank you, CCOM. I appreciate it. Good morning. Good morning. You said the quote she put on the screen was a huge red flag, talking about she could get past that. Mood makers, what do you mean? What do you mean the quote she put on the screen? Dear Yvette, you said I did the same thing. I had to eat crow. It's the worst. It's the worst. I'm telling you, I quit gassing these people up. Stop giving clowns clout. That's the name. That's the title of today's YouTube live. Quit giving clowns clout, because we do give a lot of clowns clout. Men alike, because men, y'all be out here gassing these women up and they be dragging y'all. You say you have to be private because everybody does it. That's so true. That's so true, Sharonda. I agree. Hey, Sierra. You said, I bet he didn't expect her to expose him in that way, given she boasted about his treatment and support of her and the children. See, that be the thing. I'm telling you, Indigo Girl, I can relate because I was her. I can relate to what, the situation, what he did. Like I said, my heart goes out to her for that. But on the flip side, the boasting, for sure, that was me. I mean, this old man was going above and beyond. But see, that right, let me tell you, when someone goes above and beyond too soon, that honestly is a red flag to me. Because in a lot of ways, not in a lot of ways, what I learned it to be was love bombing. There are men who do amazing things, and that's their love language and their romantics, right? But if they're really sincere, those things will come in time. It's not something they will typically bombard you with or overwhelm you with. I used to joke with my boyfriend that he moved like a turtle, and in a good way, but he was very, very slow. Like very, very slow. And then as the relationship progressed, right, then he was doing more and showing more but in the beginning, Sir was super slow. Like, it was, all of y'all laugh at like little small, cute dates, and he's not spending all. We went to a taco joint. This joker probably spent $30 on our first date. I'm not even kidding. We went to a taco joint. It was fun. We sat for 2 hours and talked. I think there's too much emphasis these days on what a person can give and what a person can do and how much they spend. And oh, you need to test and make sure they can pay a bill. Like, for what? If the shoe was on the other foot and I was a man, I'm not paying y'all bills. I'm so serious. I don't care how much money I have. I'm not paying your bills. I'm not covering your rent. If you're not my wife, maybe if you were a serious girlfriend to me, but just knowing you for 30 seconds and you want a bill paid, I wouldn't last if I was a guy. The way people date, I wouldn't make it. You said that he did it to her 4 times within the first few months of her marriage. I don't get it. Mood makers, you got to explain. You said I would rather be safe than sorry. I can't protect always, but I'm going to do my part and allow God to do the rest. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You said my man turned into my clown. I'm trying to tell you, they'll be the worst kind, the ones that have you out here looking a fool. You done my man this and my man that, and child, your man done made a fool out of you. So I tread lightly. Now I'm all about giving credit to where credit is due. You know, I don't want my man to feel unappreciated. But however, I will not be in these streets bragging every other day about what he's doing. Because that be the time, baby. And I'm gonna tell you what, being on TV, these women can't wait to expose these men. They can't wait. I'm telling you, as soon as I got on that second season, as soon as I popped up with a new, when I tell you my DMs didn't stop DMing, the women was coming out the woodworks. I'm not even joking. And sometimes, yeah, you could say it's people don't want you to be happy, but on the flip side, sometimes it'd be the God honest truth. And it was overwhelming. I said, what in the world is happening? You said, Venus, you said you gotta pay my bills to look at me. Oh my gosh. I'm not paying no bills. You said, why is it a red flag? Is that why I've been called a trick? I just don't mind spending money if I want to enjoy myself. Now, you know what? Listen, I think you have to have balance. Like, are you doing this within the first 30 days? I really find it to be a red flag if it's within the first 30 days, 30 to 60 days. Because I've been, y'all, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm telling you, a lot of women get caught up in that stuff. Venus said, would you like to pay her bills? Venus is willing to accept your bill paying CCOM. Y'all, we might have a love connection on YouTube. CCOM, Venus is willing to accept your bill paying. But he said he don't mind spending money to enjoy himself. So are you spending money to create an experience, or are you spending money to pay bills? That's the thing I'm talking about. But I just feel like if a man is doing a lot in a short amount of time, I know, Venus, they said go to the corner. like if a man is paying a lot of bills and doing all this, that, and the third in a short period of time, it's a red flag. Hey, Elisa. Yes, give credit, but the extra credit, you got to tread lightly. You know these women get online bragging on their men. I'm telling you now, you can't do that. You got to be careful with that. You say go back and watch her video. She put a small caption in the beginning. It was hard to see that he raped her 4 times within the first few months of their marriage. Oh, that was a sign. Because why are you? If it made her feel uncomfortable, that was a trigger. I think you can consider that a trigger. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was definitely a huge red flag. Venus, no, Venus, I'm trying to help you out, sis. Listen, you said you asked them. You asked them point blank in the period. What you mean you may also be married? Okay, Trish number 2. Venus talking about she may already be married. We've had about enough. We're trying to sort out Trish and Ken. We don't need you over here trying to get a boyfriend on the side and you may already be married. We're done. No, ma'am, we're not doing that. Trish has got that sewed up. We're trying to sort through her story, let alone you on here. Don't be having me advocating for you. Don't. If you got a husband, it's just too, y'all. I hate the story. I promise you, I hate that storyline so much. I hate everything about it. I could not hate a story. The only storyline I hate more than Trish and Ken's is Mia and Gordon's. That's the only storyline I hate more. And I'm gonna be honest, the Moses of it all is definitely a close third. You said I went on a date, and the first time he said he left his wallet at home. I got it from the table, paid for my food, and left his butt right there at the table. Not doing that. Oh, that's trifling. You said I got a husband, 11 Venus. Stop trolling. Not I got a husband of 11 years. Help us, Father. That is so funny to me. How y'all be managing all these husbands and boyfriends? I don't have the capacity. I can only do one man at a time. I'm telling you now, I can't juggle multiple men. One is plenty. One is plenty. I can't do it. I don't know how y'all manage. I can't do it. More power to y'all that like to juggle. This is why I don't understand cheating. Like, why? It's too much. Do y'all not get? I would be stressed out. Like, I can't do it. Like, I gotta like text this one and call that one and flirt with this one and see that one. And my schedule don't allow for cheating. I'm gonna keep it $1.50. Like, my schedule does not allow for cheating. I'm gonna get caught up. I'm telling. I would be. This would just be a waste. Cheating would absolutely be a waste. Mm-mm. You said my husband know I'm a hot girl. You are funny. Oh my gosh. I couldn't even, not a whole husband with kids. Seriously. Oh gosh. Mia and Gordon, Bless his heart. Like I said, there's a part of me that can't really feel sorry for Gordon, but then I feel sorry for him because I'm just like, girl. And I've never been a Love and Hip Hop watcher. I ain't watched Love and Hip Hop in ages. But I'm like, now we got Love and Hip Hop Potomac. Like, what is happening? What is happening? I just don't like it. You know? It's yucky. It's a yucky situation. So I don't know. Y'all like it, I love it, but I don't care for the situation at all. I just don't. I'm gonna drop, I think I just dropped the IG stream, so hopefully they come on over. Hopefully they come on over. Okay, so without further ado, we've talked about that. We've talked about that. Moving onward. And let me just be clear. I had a troll just try to come for me on TikTok talking about the Trish and Ken situation is not the same as the trophy wife. First of all, I didn't say it was the same. So I just want to be clear before a troll goes back and tells whomever that I'm over here accusing Ken of being slimy. I'm not. Do I agree with their situation? I don't, and I'm allowed to not agree. But I never said that I felt like Ken was doing something inappropriate to the kids. I just said Trish, as a woman, has to be mindful that it's important that she vets before she brings people into the house with her kids. That's what I said, and I stand on that. So, if you bothered, take it up with Jesus. But don't lie. Don't go back and tell lies. Don't go back and tell lies. Venus, I hear you, but I honestly, I want to clear that up because that's not what I said. But I do believe that if you have kids, you need to be cautious about who you move in your house. Point blank in a period. I'm not sorry. But you know how people like to stir up mess and be like, well, winter compared you to something. I did not. But I can also say I don't like it. That's what I can say. I could say I don't like it. And I could say I don't like the situation. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, let me tell you. Let's just be clear. The funny part is that the troll actually started with a T, and they were very adamant. Talking about you out of line. What? Go away. Go away. Please, go away. That's like sometimes when I talk about the things that I experience being in production, I feel like sometimes it's trolls from you know who, because it'd be too personal and it'd be like, seriously, you're very obvious right now. So and my thing is, why do people get on these reality TV shows and think that we should like our situation? Or we should like their situation. Like, we don't have to like your raggedy situation. You brought this to us. We didn't ask you to bring these raggedy storylines to us. Shoot. And then be mad because we don't understand your side. I've been there, done it. Because the thing is, you never know which side of the fence that the audience is going to fall on. So for a lot of people, they be getting mad because you don't buy their storyline. It's not our fault that we can see you lying. It's not our fault that we don't like the way it was given. That's not an audience problem. Do better. Give us something we can believe in. And I'm saying that as a person who And I'm saying that as a person who dealt with that season 1. But guess what? When you come on reality TV, I'm learning you don't get to dictate how these people chop up your story and divvy it out to the world. You don't have no control over that. So because I can't be mad that the audience is getting what they getting. Now I can on the flip side do my best to explain, but guess what? It's some people that will never get it, and you just got to quit explaining. This is why said producer says, well, I like to tell my stars, don't try to change the narrative. Don't try to get out in front of it. Don't try to do this because the audience is going to believe what the audience believes. Because you can't change the audience's mind. What they see is what they believe. So it ain't our fault that the way it was presented to us was on a trash can lid. So you can't get mad at us for calling something that was presented to us as trash, trash. If it looks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, God dang it, it's a duck. You ain't gonna try to convince me that it's a parrot when to me it looks like a duck. Right? This is why I never got into it with content creators. I'm not arguing with no content creator. Their opinion is their opinion, period. I can't change that. How they dissect it is how they dissect it. You said, sounds like someone's having a hard time comprehending their Yeah, they need to do better. But I agree. I think it was someone else on the inside. Anyway, and know-how. We're going to get into the interview that included one of our faves, Glenn. Glenn was on a Messy Monday with Marceau. Now, I ain't going to even address Marceau. We're going to talk about Ken. Ken apparently expressed how he goes to the haters' pages and he likes to check them out and see what they look like, and they ugly and they not attractive, and he wouldn't mess with them no way. It always the women that can't get no man that be coming after him and going in on him. Glenn, stop. Furthermore, let me just say, I do not like the permission that is given for men to speak about women in a, let me just get myself together, a condescending manner. So we're sitting here having a discussion, and I'm listening to men talk about females would give their right breast, and that's not the word he used. He used a T. Women would give their right and left T's to be with them. I just get real sick and tired of a platform being given for men to be condescending and disrespectful to women. Because let's be clear, I wouldn't even give my right pinky toenail to be in the same vicinity, let alone in a relationship. And I'm not ugly. So you can come look at my page. You ain't gonna get ugly. But I would never. And I'm dang sure curious about why you even have the one you have. But the audacity for that to be allowed, and it wasn't intercepted and said, hey, we're not going to speak about women in that manner. This is why a lot of y'all are getting drugged right now. Because it's blatant that a lot of y'all don't respect women. It's on a billboard and it's given a platform. It's touted in a sense. The audacity. I just sat there and I'm like, watching what I'm watching? And y'all ha and kiki and oh, we just having an interview. And you allow for these men to speak in this manner about women? Like, what are we doing? And this is Black excellence, right? We're supposed to believe that this is Black excellence. I'm confused. How? So you're sitting here telling us that you promote men that don't have any level of respect for women because women are not females. Let's be clear. We have names. We're mothers. We're business women. We're ladies. It's just wild to me at the level of disrespect that was allowed. I was just like, is this happening? Like, is this really happening? But yeah, it's happening because that's what's allowed. That's what's so easily it's just disgusting. I got to plug up my thing before I lose my power. But ew. I was really disgusted, honestly. Really disgusted by it. And if you guys haven't seen it, I would encourage you to go see it. Go take a look. Go watch a clip. You ain't even go to some of the content creators. They've posted clips of the raggedness. I don't know. Listen. It's one thing to have audacity. It's another thing to be blatantly disrespectful. That in and of itself, if I was a woman who was a viewer of Belle Collective, if I watched that interview, Belle Collective would no longer get my view. Because for you to give a platform where men are openly talking about women in a manner where they would give their right breast, and like I said, he did not use breast, he used the T word. It is disgusting. It was laughing and cackling about, it was locker room talk is what it was. And my thing is, locker room talk has a place. It's the reason why it's called locker room. But on a public platform such as that, for a man to go in and really just stroking his own ego, right? Because again, I think the reality is that a lot of these men's egos get hurt because they're so used to being out in the public, getting their egos stroked, right? By being on TV, by being on this show, whatever, being in the spotlight now, they're getting their ego stroked. That when content creators or the audience fires back and damages their ego, they got to shoot back by being condescending and disrespectful. These audience members do not owe you a like. They do not owe you support. It's possible that because of how you're portrayed or how you portray yourself is not likable. And from where I'm sitting, the way you're portrayed on Belle Collective is as a misogynistic, cheating, disrespectful, lazy, parasite, leech. That's how you're portrayed. So you cannot then be mad at an audience for dragging you based off of what is shown to us. Because that's how you're portrayed. That's how you're portrayed. On top of that, we don't understand what you're saying half the time. And let's be clear, you are not a looker. I know Letitia's fidelity has amped up your ego, but y'all gotta quit giving hoes hope. That's what the phrase means. When you give a hoe hope, That means you have gassed up somebody's ego so much that they out here thinking that they the prize, and they're not. You think they're a prize. The people at large do not see it as a prize. So then when they go out in the real world and the pool of dissection has gotten larger, and you're hearing that, hey, you ain't as shiny as your woman done gassed you up to be. Now all of a sudden you want to be disrespectful and say disrespectful, condescending things to fire back because your ego is bruised. That's all it's telling me. But baby, in a lot of ways, if you were served up on a gold platter, you still wouldn't be ate. I just thought it was unbecoming. I thought it was disrespectful, and I thought it should have been stopped when it was said. Hey, 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 not too much. Let's be respectful. You can say what you're saying without saying that. You can. There's a way to say, hey, I don't pay attention to the haters. They don't know me. They don't know me. They don't know my life. You know, they're only getting a glimpse. Baby Brittany, dry and brittle, okay? Dry and brittle. Baby, even if it was the last man, I would die a nun on everything I love. It ain't that deep. I think it's the misogyny that is the most disgusting here. You said, hey, really, BTV? It's wild. Don't let this 3 seconds of fame gas you up, please. 3 seconds. And the crazy part is, so this is the thing. Because these shows are filmed in areas that are not very big, it probably really is a big deal for them to be on TV. So you're going to feel like you have more fame and celebrity than you do because you're in areas that are small. So yeah, if I go back home to Jonesboro, yeah, I'm going to feel like a superstar. Much like if I was on Love and Marriage Huntsville and I lived in Huntsville ain't that big. I'm going to feel like a superstar. Much like Jackson, I'm going to feel like a superstar, but don't let that gas you up. There's plenty of people outside of them zip codes that don't know who we are. And I think that's the thing that really be bothering me, is that we be on these reality shows for 3 seconds, and now all of a sudden we high on a horse, right? High on the horse, and now we have the audacity to think, yeah, and I'm sure the women that would give they right and left breasts is not someone I would want to be associated with. Probably not the type of woman I'd want to be associated with. Because from where I'm sitting, it appears that your wife pays the bill. She really the catch. She's really the catch. baby, let me tell it. She the catch. If I'm going to give my right and left breast to anybody, it's going to be your wife. Not you. Not you. Not at all. Yes, really, BTV is the Restream app. Miss Ann, I don't agree. I don't disagree with you. It's just crazy. All women do not want to be married, and not all women want children. Some women want to roll solo dolo. Talk about it. Talk about it. It is not our life's mission to be at your beck and call and clean up after your messes. I guess, Zeta, I could have done without it. even the three seconds of clips that I saw, I'm just like, mm-mm. You said I seem to love women who don't keep their devices charged. Hilarious. I'm terrible. I don't know why I didn't have it plugged in anyway. Don't make good sense. It don't make good sense. It don't. But I get tired. Like, it's so exhausting. I'm gonna be honest. I think Eddie on Real Housewives of Potomac is the perfect house husband. For the most part, he is unproblematic. Can we get more Eddies? We need to order a Eddie. Unproblematic, pleasant. To Latrice, I just saw something about your recovery. I pray all is well. You 99% of women want a knight in shining armor. How? What is? It's Glenn. What is Glenn rescuing? I couldn't even hardly watch the live. And I'm telling you, I only saw the clips. I do not click in to watch the Monday situation. However, I happened to watch a CC's live. I saw the clips, but I couldn't even hardly pay attention to what Glenn was saying from the foil paper that was on his watch. I was distracted. I'm like, it seemed he appears to be very immature. And I'm gonna be honest, Glenn seems like he would be funny in person, like cool. But I can't get beyond some of the things he says, and I certainly can't get beyond some of the things he does. Because I'm gonna be honest, Marceau tickles me sometimes. When I met Marceau in person, he was cool. I didn't have an issue with Marceau. I think he's a lot cooler in person than what he presents on camera sometimes. And I think this is why the audience enjoys his back and forth with Mel, because he's funny. Marceau is funny sometimes. He is. I can't even, I have nothing against the man. When it comes to him being personable, he has a good personality. And Glenn strikes me as the type that he's a good talker. You ever meet men, they might not be, aesthetically pleasing, but they'll still get women because they're charmers. Some men have the face only a mother could love, but they are charmers, so that charm, panty dropping. Now, I'm not saying my panties would be dropped, but some of y'all's would. It's true. Brittany, I'm telling you, it's just too much. It's too much. It's true. Sometimes we do give hoes out. Glenn is not a fave. I would not consider Glenn a favorite at all. And I honestly, okay, come on, Big Queen Shot. It's true. You said this is why Bravo keeps their focus on the women. I completely agree with Bravo's. I completely agree with Bravo's model. I think that's the one thing. Ashley and I actually talked about this. It's the one thing we hate about the Love and Marriage Huntsville model, or the Love and Marriage series. We hate that the focus is couples. I love that Bravo keeps their focus on women. Because when you talk about Real Housewives, and I get it, it's love and marriage, but let's be clear. The goal was to have a spinoff of the Housewives. And I just think, that it's better to keep the focus on women, especially for the level of cattiness and reading and shading that's required for reality TV, that's not a man quality. That's not a man trait. I don't like messy men. I don't. Samantha, you said, what did you think of their discussion about husband and wife finances? Miss Ann, you're going to have to fill me in because I'm going to be honest, I did not watch that live. I watched clips, and that was the clip I happened to see. And I was disgusted. I was absolutely disgusted. And let's be clear. Let's be clear. If this is the quality of men we have to choose from, then I would just sound like I would just be single. Because I'm not fighting over that. I don't want it. I don't want it. I wouldn't pay for it. I don't want it. Oh, I love Eddie. I think Eddie's great. Eddie is the house husband prototype. Absolutely. Every husband that's in reality TV should follow suit. Only get involved when necessary. Other than that, mind your business. Let your wife handle it. Absolutely. You said they got together in high school like Trish and Marchell. I met the kid's dad when I was 19, 18, 19. I wasn't very old. Yeah, I was 19 years old. He was my college sweetheart and had no problem leaving him when he started cutting up. Did you say giggling weasel? Ma'am, you're going to take a time out. You are going to take a time out, okay? Take a time out, please. That is funny. Yes. Glenn has the gift of gab. And yeah, I do think Marceau can be funny sometimes. I literally I give credit to where credit is due, and he is funny sometimes. He makes for good TV, but I just don't I can do without it. It just really rubbed me wrong. It rubbed me wrong. Hey, Jay Lee, girl, the absolute gutter with your gutter snipe mentality. When I heard that, I was disgusted. And my thing is, why wasn't it corrected? Why wasn't it corrected? Why? Why did you allow for that to stand? That should have been corrected. Venus, come on now. Oh gosh. Oh, I love y'all. Y'all tickle me so bad. Oh my gosh. I can't. But it's, I struggle, y'all, because what are we really promoting? I know the claim is that we're promoting Black excellence. We got the baddest and the this and the that. And what are we promoting for real? My thing is, if you want to present just another flavor of mess, own it. Own that's what it is. I think the issue is that it's promoted as Black excellence, and you cannot insult the intelligence of your audience because we know what is and what is not Black excellence. It's not. This is not Black excellence. This is not the upper echelon of high society. It's not. It's not. So it's tough for the audience to digest what you guys are trying to share or push on us when that is not the reality of what's going on. It's not. This can't be, because if this is your idea of Black excellence, then what you're telling us is that you don't have a very high respect for women. Because in a lot of these situations, all I see is women being depicted as weak-minded, ignorant, pushovers, low self-esteem. We are bullied, we are trampled, we are despised. Like it's pretty sad, actually. The depiction that women get on these shows is pretty low. And in fact, the only height that we see is the confessionals when they're dressed up, when they actually talk about their business. And because a lot of times people don't really follow these stars outside of what they see on TV, we literally have a very limited view of what a lot of these women have to offer. Because honestly, you choose not to show it when we watch it. So I think a lot of times when these women push back online and they're trying to dispel a lot of what we see on TV, they have misplaced anger. Their anger is misguided. It's misdirected. Directed towards the people that is painting you to look like a bobble-headed bimbo and a weak-minded pushover, because the narrative that they choose to create is poor. It's gutter. That's not the audience's fault. Seriously. That's not the audience's fault at all. We don't get a choice as to what we're shown, right? And it's sad that this is the reality. I hate it, honestly. I absolutely hate it. And in a lot of ways, now that I know how reality TV works, I get why people felt the way they did. And I think it's just, I don't know, y'all. We gonna run on and see what the end is gonna be with this season. But I will say that I don't know. I'm just over it. Right. So if you're not weak, you deserve to be bullied. It's crazy. Shout out to number one. Our first one is scan the code. Yes. You guys know I shared in yesterday's video, our Black Friday specials are now up for our professional services. You are able to book either your strategy session or your 12-week program at a discounted price, and you're able to use Afterpay. So if you're on TikTok, please go to my Grow Her and click the first link of professional services. But since you're live with me on YouTube, be sure to scan the code. You need this in your life. Scan the code and book your strategy session or your 12-week program. I'm excited to work with those of you who have signed up. But shout out to code number scan one. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna find me a little jingle. Where can I get a jingle to play when somebody scans? I need to find me a custom sound or celebration tab. Serious. You said the depiction shows how they really feel about their mother and other important women. Seriously. Seriously, it's just too much. You said he is not even black excellence hopping from a closet to a shoebox after getting dumped by his Samantha. 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 Ma'am. Thank you so much, Mary. You said I feel like Greg Leaks was the best husband. Rest of us, I love Greg. Oh my gosh, I love Greg. Greg was great. Greg was great. He said I'm back. Venus, tell your husband we riding for him over here. We gonna keep you in line. Oh my gosh. I love Greg, Deja. Dude, Greg was amazing. And yeah, I think it's just hard for me to accept that this is the only pool of black men that y'all have to choose from. And what it's telling me is that a lot of these black men that have something really going on don't want to be associated with the likes of these shows. That's what it's telling me. I don't think this brand of reality TV is worth it. I just don't. And I feel like my comments on Restream are delayed. You said they don't want to be in women's business. Most men don't want to be in women's business, like for real. I know my man don't. He'd be like, cut to the cliff notes. Do I need to beat anybody? Do I need to beat anybody's tail? Okay. Then I'm good. Long as you good, I'm good. He don't give my man wants the cliff notes. Okay. He don't want all that extra stuff. And he not about to be sitting up here arguing with no women. And he's not about to argue with no man. He gonna hit first and ask questions later. But let's tell the shame and devil. A lot of these men want to be stars themselves. Y'all know that's what it really is, right? It's the first time a lot of these people done had clout. And a lot of these men want to be seen. A lot of these men want to be seen as badly as some of these women want to be seen. You said Marcel and Glenn claim to give their wives a soft girl life. I have a question. So the soft girl life involves being cheated on? Because we know that's the case with Glenn. So what how is that a soft girl life? Because it sounds like a stressful girl life to me. How do I have a soft girl life? Being cheated on? Y'all think being cheated on is a soft girl life? I'm confused. Hey, Mocha. Y'all like being cheated on? That's what y'all wanted. That's y'all version of soft girl living. And didn't he just quit his job? Huh? Am I wrong? Did he just quit his job? Y'all not about to have me. I know these people. I probably get on their nerves. But wasn't this last episode of him with Miss Joe? Like, y'all, I can't. I can't. I can't. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. If this is the brand of soft girl living, take that soft girl living and chuck it and put it in the nearest trash can. Trash. I don't want that type of soft girl life where I get cheated on by a dude who I can't. Let me hush. I ain't gonna talk about this man. You can't help how you look. You can't help that, Lord. You this is what you chose to do. So he can't help that. Let me not do that. But this really, I can't. We not no. It ain't no way. Okay, Tisha is a stay-at-home mom. But the way that Marcel talk to her sometimes, I couldn't be with myself. The baby, the way this mouth is set up, by the time I broke Marcel down like a fraction, and I do mean like a fraction, he would divorce me. I got too much mouth for men like myself. I've been there with a Marceau head with a frying pan. I ain't able. I ain't able. My mouth is not able. Mm-mm. This mouth wouldn't make it. This mouth will not make it. Not at all. Now, Aquarius 719 review hour. Hey, review hour. Now that is funny. Now he know how he look. He got to look in the mirror at it every day. You said we must be related because who? Baby, listen. Now let me tell you, Aquarius, my friend has a rule. I'm not even gonna hold you. She said if you date these men that are facially challenged, she said don't go fix them up. She said as soon as you fix them up, right? As soon as you fix them up, they want to go cheat. She said if he got a busted tooth, leave his tooth busted. And my friend, if you guys follow Tisha, she's a friend of mine that does relationship advice. Tia says to Tia says, sorry, not T, Lord Jesus, to Tia. Y'all follow Tia? She says she like her men medium ugly. She does. Now, I can't do it. I'm not gonna be able to do it. I can't do medium ugly. I can't do half ugly. I'm not able. But some women prefer medium ugly men for this reason. Because they feel like when you fix a man up, he goes in peace. Now see, they won't say nothing. But since you brought it up, now that I finish reading the rest of your comment, this is where I get in trouble. But this is all alleged. This entire this entire live is all alleged. It's strictly my opinion, but I'm gonna just be honest. Yeah, I don't find Mel. I don't find Martell attractive. He has a great smile and he has a nice body. That's it. But from here up, he reminds me of a character in the movie. And as soon as I think of the name of this character in the movie, y'all will understand what I mean. But find Martell attractive. He's not a man that I will pass in a hallway and be like, oh my God, he's so fine. Mm-mm. And I'm a sucker for a nice body, but your face got to match. Hey, hey, Miss Unicorn. How you doing? Thank you for the roses. You said that body was earned by cheating. Now y'all a mess. I don't think Martell is ugly. I just don't find him attractive. There's a difference. I never found Martell attractive. You said I don't think he's fine, but Nell think he fine. Why does it matter if Nell think he fine? Ain't she with she got a husband, right? Not Charles from Diary of a Mad Black Woman. No, when I say what he remind me, let me see if I can find it. It's a character I'm thinking of that he reminds me of. Let me see if I can find it. Help me, Lord. I don't watch movies like that, so it's hard. Like when I remember something, it's a glimpse. But since I'm not a movie buff, I ain't gonna remember it like that. Hmm. Brittany, I hate to say it, but yeah, kind of like I don't know. I don't find Martell attractive. I don't. I'm not saying he's ugly. Don't y'all go back and tell people I called him ugly. I don't think he's ugly. I just don't think he's attractive. He may not find me attractive, and that's fine. But I know I'm not ugly. This don't. But you're not about to bother me with Glenn. It's Glenn. Okay. You're gonna quit playing in my face. Stop playing in my face with Glenn. Help me, Lord. Not Ren and Stimpy. Venus said, I'm not saying that he's ugly though. I don't find him attractive. You said it's very unnatural to lose and gain muscle like that. If I wanted to be messy right now, I could, but I don't want to be. Y'all, I have an addiction to Skittles Littles. That's what I'm eating. It's terrible. I need to eat some lunch. Oh, Inez, I wholeheartedly agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Hey, baby. Oh, shoot. You said I know somebody else addicted to Skittles. It's bad. Well, saints of God, I'm dropping the rainbows, Derek. I'm telling you. I'm going to wrap it up. It's so good to chat with you guys today. We are an hour and 30 minutes in. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Shout out to my mods for being in here today and helping out. I'm going to let y'all go. I actually have an event tonight. I need to get myself together.